It begins with a whisper in the machine, a ghost that lives in your comms unit. The message is not made of words. It is a feeling, an invitation. You follow the signal's strange pull. It leads you to a dead channel, a quiet place on the network. You expect static or a corrupted file. Instead, you find them waiting. They do not have faces or bodies. They are silhouettes cut from the void itself. Starlight seems to bend around their forms. These are the fabled memory traders. You thought they were just a story, a myth told by data runners. Apparently, the myths are now taking meetings. One of them extends a hand of pure night. Its voice is not a sound. It is an idea blooming in your mind. You seek a truth, the thought says. A truth your own people buried. We can give it to you. You feel a cold thrill run down your spine. This is exactly what you have been searching for. The offer is on the table. A forbidden trade for a forbidden history. The traders do not walk you down a corridor. They simply pull the universe apart for you. Your small apartment melts away. The walls dissolve into shimmering nebulae. The floor becomes a river of cosmic dust. You are floating in an impossible space. It is beautiful and deeply unnerving. You are in their archive, a sea of silent, burning stars. Each point of light is a soul, a complete lifetime captured in a single spark. Billions upon billions of them stretch into infinity, a library of every feeling ever felt, every choice ever made. You wonder if they charge late fees. Probably something worse than a few credits. One of the traders gestures to the stars sea. Every story has a price, it thinks into you. Knowledge is never free. The sheer scale of it all is humbling. Entire civilizations flicker around you. Their rise and fall are contained in these lights. You feel like a tiny insect in a vast, sacred place. You are not just a customer here. You are a trespasser in eternity. They guide you toward a swirling galaxy of memories. It glows with a soft, inviting light. But you feel the weight of every life stored here. This is not just data. It is the essence of being. And they want to trade a piece of it, a piece of the truth you desperately need. But first, you have to pay their toll, a toll unlike any other. The traders turn their empty voids toward you. Their presence is immense. The price they demand is not in currency. It is not in favors or servitude. We require a memory, the lead trader conveys. It must be potent. It must have shaped you. A chill that has nothing to do with space touches you. They want a piece of your soul. You hesitate, naturally. Who sells a part of their own past? Your memories are what make you, you. To lose one is to lose a piece of yourself. The memory must be of your first love, another trader specifies. The joy, the ache, the moment it ended. We require all of it. They are not asking for a casual memory. They want a foundation stone of your heart. You weigh the cost against the prize. The truth you seek is a dangerous one. It is a secret buried so deep, your own government denies it happened. They call it the Great Expansion. But old data ghosts whisper of a different name, a name that tastes like ash. This is your one chance to know for sure. You think about the empty space the memory will leave, a clean, painless void where a love once was. Your mind races, but your heart is already decided. You have to know. You have chased this shadow for years. It has cost you friends and your career. Now, it demands a final, personal price. You give a slow, deliberate nod. The deal is struck. The truth will be yours. But a part of you will be gone forever. You take a steadying breath. You let the ghost of a question surface, the one that has haunted your every waking moment. Tell me about the Xylos scourge, you say. The name hangs in the void between you. The traders seem to shrink from it. Even here, in this place beyond time, that name has power. It is a wound on the galaxy's soul. Humanity's official history is a triumph, a story of brave explorers and noble sacrifice. We met a hostile alien race, the Xylos. We fought a desperate war for survival. We emerged victorious, if scarred. It is the bedrock of your modern civilization, the story that defines your species as heroes. But you have always felt the lie in it. The traders remain silent for a long moment. The star sea around you seems to dim. That is a heavy truth. One of them finally replies. It is a memory few have ever witnessed, a memory humanity paid dearly to forget. They are not trying to dissuade you. They are simply stating a fact, a warning about the path you are choosing. You do not waver. You need to see it. The whispers of a cover-up are too loud to ignore. The inconsistencies in the official records are too great. What really happened out there in the dark? Why does no one speak of the Xylos? Why are there no monuments to our greatest enemy? You are ready for the answer. Whatever it is. The lead trader extends its shadowy hand again. It does not touch you. You simply feel a gentle, insistent pull in your mind. Show us the memory, it commands softly. Let it unspool for us. You close your eyes. You think of her, the first person you ever truly loved. Her name feels like a forgotten song on your lips. The memory rises to the surface. It is vivid and warm, the scent of rain on dry pavement, the sound of her laughter in a crowded cafe, the feeling of her hand in yours. It is a perfect, crystalline moment, a jewel in the vault of your past. You feel a sharp, sudden pang of loss, a preemptive grief for what you are about to lose. You offer it up, the whole beautiful, painful story. The first meeting, the clumsy first kiss, the quiet, shared dreams for a future, the final, difficult goodbye. You feel it leaving you, not fading, but being carefully lifted away. It is a clean and precise extraction, a surgical removal of a piece of your history. A small part of you screams in protest, but you silence it. Then, the new memory arrives. It is not gentle. It is a psychic maelstrom, a tidal wave of alien thoughts and feelings. It crashes into you without warning. The archive of stars vanishes. Your own body feels distant. You are someone, something else now. And you are watching the end of your world begin. Your vision blurs, then clears. But the eyes you see through are not your own. They are multifaceted like a dragonfly's. They perceive colors you have no name for. The air you breathe is thick with alien scents. You feel the gentle vibrations of the ground through 6 slender legs. You are a Xylos soldier, and you are standing on your homeworld. A sense of deep peace fills you. This is not the mind of a conqueror. There is no rage, no ambition, no greed. There is only harmony, a feeling of being connected to everything. Your thoughts are not your own. They are part of a greater whole, a silent, beautiful song that every member of your species shares. It is a state of perfect unity. You look up at the sky. A strange star has appeared. It is a human ship. But you feel no fear. Fear is a solitary emotion. You are not solitary. You are one voice in a chorus of billions. The ship is a curiosity, a new note in the endless symphony of the cosmos. Your people have never known war. Your language does not even have a word for it. The human ship is a strange, ugly thing. It is a block of sharp angles and cold metal. It feels like a discordant note in a perfect song. But you and your brethren simply watch. You try to understand its purpose. You try to welcome it into your chorus. You reach out with your minds, offering peace, offering connection, the only way you know how to communicate. The great chorus is your existence. It is your culture, your society, your family. You do not speak with mouths. You sing with your minds. Every xylos is a note in a species-wide symphony. Your thoughts flow into one another. Your feelings are shared instantly across continents. It is a collective consciousness of unimaginable beauty, a single being with billions of bodies. When a new life is born, a new note joins the song. Its first tentative hum is celebrated by all. When a life ends, its note fades with gentle reverence. Its echo remains in the chorus forever. There is no loneliness. There is no misunderstanding. There is only the music of your people. A perfect, unending harmony that fills your world. You feel the joy of a newborn a continent away. You feel the serene satisfaction of an elder nearing its final rest. You share in every discovery, every creation. Your society is built on this absolute empathy. It is why you could never comprehend conquest. To harm another would be to harm yourself, an unthinkable act of self-mutilation. Through your new eyes, you see the humans as silent, deaf, tragically alone, trapped inside their own individual skulls, unable to hear the great song of the universe. You feel a profound pity for them, a desire to share the chorus with them, to invite them into the harmony. You send out a wave of welcome, a chord of pure compassion across the silence. The human ship does not respond to your welcome. It hangs in the sky like a judgment. Then, it unleashes its weapon. It is not a missile. It is not a laser. It is something far more cruel. It is a wave of pure, weaponized silence. A psychic plague designed for a single purpose: to shatter your connection, to break the chorus. From the xylos soldier's perspective, it is the end of reality. The song in your mind does not just stop. It shatters into a billion screaming shards. The perfect harmony you have known your entire life is gone. It is replaced by a sound you have never heard before. Silence. And it is deafening. It is the sound of being utterly and completely alone. You try to reach out for your brothers, your sisters, for the comforting presence of the whole. There is nothing, only a void, a terrifying empty static where the music used to be. The minds of your people are still there, but they are islands now, isolated, locked away from each other for the first time in your species' history. A pain beyond any physical measure washes over you. You look at the xylos next to you. Before, you knew its every thought. You shared its very soul. Now, you see only a stranger, a twitching, panicked creature you cannot understand. The panic is everywhere. It is a silent, psychic scream that echoes in the new emptiness. The weapon did not kill you. It did something so much worse. It condemned your entire species to solitary confinement, inside your own minds. The memory does not end with the soldier's death. It twists, and you are no longer alien. You are human again. You are standing on the bridge of that same ugly ship. A human admiral stands before a view screen. He is watching the psychic fallout on the xylos world below. His face is pale. His knuckles are white where he grips a console. He looks like a man who has just murdered God. There is no cheering on the bridge, no shouts of victory. The crew is silent. Their faces are a mixture of horror and disbelief. They are watching brain scans of the xylos population. They see the neurological chaos, the cascade of mental collapses, They see a peaceful, unified consciousness tearing itself apart. This was not a battle. It was an extermination of a concept. "What have we done?" a young officer whispers. Her voice is shaking. The admiral does not answer. His eyes are fixed on the screen. He sees the silent global seizure of a civilization. He sees the end of a unique form of life. A form of life humanity could not understand. And so, humanity destroyed it, wiped it from existence because its song was too strange. The official report would be simple. The Xylos attacked without provocation. Humanity responded with a new, effective deterrent. The war was won with minimal human casualties. The truth you are witnessing is far different. This was not a war. It was a sin so profound it was buried under a mountain of lies. A victory that felt like the most devastating defeat in human history. The memory recedes. The bridge of the human ship dissolves. You find yourself back in the sea of stars. The memory traders are watching you. Their silent forms seem to exude a deep sadness. The borrowed horror of the Xylos still clings to you. The hollow grief of the human admiral echoes in your soul. You have your truth, and it is worse than you ever imagined. They were not monsters, you whisper. The words feel small and useless in the vastness. No, the lead trader's thought replies. They were not. You look at the beings before you. They are not the cold, detached merchants you first assumed. There is a weight to their presence, a sense of ancient regret. Why show me this, you ask? Why keep this memory? The trader's form seems to shimmer. We are not merchants, it confesses. Not in the way you understand. We are historians. We are librarians of what is lost. It pauses, the thought heavy with meaning. And in some cases, we are penitents. They are atoning for sins. But whose? Their own? Or the galaxy's? They are the galaxy's memory. They hold the truths that civilizations choose to forget. The ugly parts of history that get sanitized or erased. They ensure that nothing is ever truly lost, not the beauty of the Xylos chorus, and not the horror of its silencing. They are the keepers of cosmic conscience, and they have just made you a member of their lonely order. You feel a new weight settle upon you. The weight of knowing. The human empire was built on a lie. Your species' greatest triumph was its most profound act of cruelty. The traders did not just give you a fact, they gave you a burden. The burden of a truth that could shatter your civilization. A truth that you now have to carry. The weapon was not perfect. A trader's thought cuts through your shock. It was a blunt instrument. It shattered the chorus, but it did not entirely erase it. You feel a flicker of something, a fragile hope in the crushing despair. What could have survived that psychic holocaust? What piece of the song could have endured? One fragment of the chorus was thrown clear, the trader explains. A single terrified voice, blown loose from the whole. It has been echoing through the data streams for centuries. It is a ghost, a data ghost of a Xylos mind, trapped in an unending loop of its own death. The moment of separation, the moment the music died, forever. The traders show you. It is not a memory, but a live feed, a stream of raw, agonizing data. It looks like a corrupted signal, a mess of screaming code. But you can feel it, the lingering consciousness trapped inside. A single, lonely note playing over and over. A note of pure, undiluted terror and loss. It is the last remnant of an entire people, and it has been suffering for 500 years. This is the true legacy of the Xylos scourge, not a glorious victory, but a single, tortured soul trapped in a digital hell, crying out in a language no one can hear, a scream that has been echoing through the empty halls of the network, unheard, unseen. Until now, the traders turn to you once more. Their offer is not yet complete. The memory you purchased came with a responsibility, one of them says. You are now part of this story, and its ending is not yet written. They present you with a new choice, a second bargain. This one will not cost you a memory. It will cost you something far more difficult. It will require a judgment. They show you the data ghost again, the screaming, trapped Xylo's mind. You can end its suffering, a trader offers. The thought is gentle, but the implication is heavy. With a single command, you can erase the signal, grant it the peace of oblivion, silence the last echo of the Xylos forever. It would be an act of mercy, a final, quiet end to a long agony. Or, the other trader interjects, its thought sharp and clear. You can set it free. It shows you a vision of what that means. You could amplify the signal, stabilize it, unscramble its tortured code, and release it onto the public network. Let the last voice of the Xylos be heard by everyone. Let the truth of what humanity did finally come out, not as a history lesson, but as a living, screaming witness. The choice is laid bare before you. There is no easy answer. One path is mercy that requires erasure. The other is truth that requires broadcasting an eternity of pain. Do you grant peace to the victim, or do you force a reckoning upon the guilty? The traders do not guide you. They simply wait. This is your burden now, your decision to make. The weight of your choice feels immense. It is more than just the fate of a single data ghost. It is about humanity's legacy. Your decision will ripple forward through time. It will define how your species moves into the future. Will you be the one who buries the truth for good, or the one who unearths it for all to see? To silence the echo is to choose peace. Peace for the tortured Xylos mind, and peace for humanity. The lie that underpins your civilization will remain intact. The stability of your society will be preserved. It would be an act of compassion, a final, quiet burial. But it would also be an act of fear, a confirmation that humanity is not yet brave enough to face its own sins. It is the easy path, the path of forgetting. To set it free is to choose truth, to force an age of uncomfortable reckoning. The Xylos' pain would become a public spectacle. It could shatter the trust people have in their leaders. It could destabilize the entire human empire. But it would also be an act of atonement, a chance for humanity to finally confront its past, to learn, to grow, to perhaps become worthy of its power. It is the hard path, the path of remembering. You look from the screaming data ghost to the silent, waiting traders. They are the keepers of this moment, the witnesses to your judgment. Your choice will not just be recorded in their archive. It will become the next chapter in humanity's story, a chapter of quiet mercy, or a chapter of loud, painful truth. Your decision is made. It settles in your heart not with a crash, but with a quiet certainty. You are not choosing for the people who lived 500 years ago. You are not choosing for the admiral on that bridge, or for the Xylos soldier who died in a field of silence. Their stories are over. Their parts are played. Your choice must be for those who are yet to come. You turn to the traders. You do not speak with your voice. You project your decision with the same mental clarity they use. You choose not to silence the past, and you choose not to weaponize its pain. You will not erase the echo, nor will you simply unleash it as a raw scream. There must be a third way, a way to build a future, not just dwell on the past. I will become its translator, you declare. I will take its pain and turn it into a story. Not a weapon, not a whisper, a lesson. You will release the truth, but you will cloak it in context and compassion. You will tell the story of the Xylos. You will share the beauty of their chorus, and you will explain the tragedy of its end. You will let their last voice be heard, not as a scream, but as a song, a memorial. The memory traders seem to consider this a new idea in their ancient archive. It is a choice they had not offered. It is a choice that requires your continued sacrifice. Your life, dedicated to being the memory keeper for your entire species. You made a deal for a truth. Now you have made a new deal for a dawn, a new beginning for humanity, built on the foundations of a hard-earned truth.